Psalm 141. This is a psalm all about really our vulnerability to this thing the Bible calls sin, our vulnerability in the form of temptation. And it's how David responds to that. So let's read Psalm 141. I call to you, Lord, come quickly to me. Hear me when I call to you. May my prayer be set before you like incense. May the lifting up of my hands be like the evening sacrifice. Set a guard over my mouth, Lord. Keep watch over the door of my lips. Do not let my heart be drawn to what is evil, so that I take part in wicked deeds along with those who are evildoers. Do not let me eat their delicacies. Let a righteous man strike me, that is a kindness. Let him rebuke me, that is oil on my head. My head will not refuse it, for my prayer will still be against the deeds of evildoers. Their rulers will be thrown down from the cliffs, and the wicked will learn that my words were well spoken. They will say, as one ploughs and breaks up the earth, so our bones have been scattered at the mouth of the grave. But my eyes are fixed on you, sovereign Lord. In you I take refuge. Do not give me over to death. Keep me safe from the traps set by evildoers, from the snares they have laid for me. Let the wicked fall into their own nets while I pass by in safety. It's this honest psalm about David's battle with temptation and how he responds to it. And there are 4 words that I'm struck by that I want to help us, hopefully help you as well, to lead us in praying this psalm. And the first one of those words is the word delicacies. It appears in verse 4. Do not let me eat their delicacies. What I appreciate about that word is the self-awareness of David, really. That he's honest enough and self-aware enough to recognize that the stuff that he gets drawn to and that he doesn't want to do, that the evil that he's drawn into often seems on the surface so attractive and can seem like a delicacy. Why is it? Why is it that the stuff that we know isn't good for us often can seem so good and can be so attractive? And he uses this imagery of his mouth being open, drawn towards this stuff in desire, his heart being pulled towards it. It just makes me wonder, what is the stuff that for you is a delicacy? Can seem like a delicacy on the surface, even though you know ultimately it's not what you want. It's not the right way. It's not the way that God is leading us down. Is it ambition? Is it temptation to power? Is it sexual temptation? Is it the temptation for more, for possessions, for money, for the middle class dream? I'm led to just pause and consider, what are the delicacies that would draw my heart, that would open my mouth in desire towards those things? And then my second word that I'm struck by is guard in verse 3. Set a guard over my mouth. Keep watch over the door of my lips. There's this recognition of David, again, self-aware. He can't do this by himself. He can't resist by himself. He needs God's help. God, please, would you set a guard over that mouth of desire, which I find just opening without me even realizing sometimes, and giving in to these temptations. Father, guard me, guard my heart. But what's definitely less fun is when, I don't know if you've experienced this, you've not noticed the thing you're struggling with, but someone else has. And they give you some kind of rebuke or draw you back into line. And as David puts it, let a righteous man strike me, let him rebuke me. It's a kindness. It's a kindness. I'm struck by that word kindness. Why is it kind? How is it kind to be rebuked in that way? Well, I guess for David it's kind because as long as that person, is someone who loves us, has our best intentions at heart, actually, a rebuke is a kindness because it's to lead us back into the place of safety, the place of intimacy with Jesus, the path that we know we want. And so that final word I'm drawn to pray into is that word, safety. He says, keep me safe, verse 9. Let me pass by in safety. See, the thing is, ultimately, David recognizes his decisions have consequences. His decisions will either lead him towards the place of safety, the place of refuge, the place of intimacy, the place of joy, or away from God into a place that is anything but safe. It's described graphically in verse 7. Our bones have been scattered at the mouth of the grave. The place away from God, the path that leads away from God, is anything but safe. And so David's prayer is to be kept. It's almost like the whole psalm really is a prayer to be kept safe from, the traps of evildoers, as he puts it, but ultimately safe from himself. We need God to protect us from ourselves, don't we? And so my last prayer is, God, would you lead me in safety? God, to pray verse 8, please fix my eyes on you, God, and fix my eyes on the vision of Jesus and the vision of his life, the full life that we have in him, and the life that ultimately is the safe life, the life of safety with God. So 4 words to pray: delicacies. What are the delicacies in your life? God, would you guard me from those things? Kindness. Father, please help me take those rebukes from others as kindness. And Lord, please lead me in the path of safety. God bless. Have a reading to pray. I'll see you next time.